Recruiter here to review your resumes. The resume we have up first is an AI engineer who has only gotten 2 interviews in over 500 applications. So this resume stinks. So I'm here to tell you why this resume is garbage and why recruiters are yeeting this and deleting this. So what do we need for a AI engineer? Which, let me tell you, before I do that, I do more than tech, but right now the tech market is in the dumpster. So like 90% of resumes sent to me are tech. But what AI engineer jobs want is degree. I actually don't think I've seen any that require a non-degree, so you really need a degree. Python or other backend languages, but Python is preferred if you have it. They don't look as favorably on other languages in the US besides Python for AI engineering specifically. Then ML and LLMs, cloud, GCP, Azure, AWS, built stuff in production, agentic systems and multi-agent work, agentic coding, Claude Code, OpenAI, Codex, Cursor, frameworks like LangGraph, LangChain, Google ADK, OpenAI Agent SKD, communicate technical details to a non-technical audience, ML ops, AI architecture, AI orchestration, and rare but sometimes matters is in the industry, SQL, RAG, Git, NumPy, and a few other AI ones. So this person has only gotten 1 to 2 interviews and 500 applications. So let's roast it and see what's wrong. Recruiters only have 20 seconds to find what we need. If we take longer than 20 seconds, we get fired. So 20 seconds on the clock and go. Okay, degrees, fine. Formatting is awful. This doesn't count. Oh man, this is so hard for me to read. Developed and maintain backend services for safety net using Java Spring Boot, enabling secure interactions and API. Hot dog. Designed an Omnium database for event tracking. Hot dogs. Hot dog. Doesn't matter. Hot dog. Okay, and time. Yeah, this does not shock me. So first things first, why would you make your resume this small a font? I understand. Oh, somebody is giving me a phone call. They can wait. I understand that you are trying to fit everything into one page, but you don't have to. There's a big myth that everything needs to go into one page. You don't need it into one page. Your resume can be 2 or 3 pages. The most important part of your resume is the first half of the first page. So what your resume needs to look like is this. This is the formatting that you want your resume to look like. I don't care if you have 12 years as a software engineer or you're a fresh accountant. You want this format. It will get you more interviews. This is how you do it. The link is in the description below. So your formatting is atrocious. Now, there's a couple of things. If you noticed, you're like, Lee, why did you X out the skills section? This has every single thing you're looking for. Aren't recruiters keyword hunting? These are all the keywords you want. Why did you decline that? Well, no, recruiters are not keyword hunting. We are qualification hunting. And qualifications are different than keywords. So first off, what is a keyword, right? A keyword is something that the hiring team needs. Basically, for an AI engineer, everything up here is a keyword. This is what the hiring manager told us to look for. If we do not find it, the manager will not move forward with you. That is what a keyword is. Now, what a qualification is a keyword plus how you used it, plus where you used it, plus the non-technical reason you used it. If it is not what, how, where, why, it does not count and we cannot use it. So, because a skills section does not show how, the non-technical why or where, nothing in here counts. Nothing in here counts. Because remember, if we were keyword hunting, those things would count, but we're not. The recruiter that keyword hunts is the recruiter that does not have a job. So the second thing is, again, formatting. You want to make your resume look like this, because this font. I got to go back to this font. This is a nightmare. Why would you make it so hard to read? It's insane. All right. So the second thing is, I said this was filled with hot dogs. Now, what I want is hamburgers, not hot dogs. So I want you to imagine you go to a restaurant and you tell the waiter, I would like a hamburger, just a plain hamburger. And the waiter says, okay, coming right up. And they bring you a plate full of hot dogs. And you say, excuse me, what? This is a hot dog. This is not a hamburger. And they say, no. A hot dog can have meat just like a hamburger. A hot dog has buns just like a hamburger. A hot dog can have ketchup, mustard, and tomatoes just like a hamburger, and cheese. So when you actually wanted a hamburger, what you really wanted was this plate of hot dogs. You would walk away without, well, paying, because that's insane, and they are gaslighting you. And that is the exact same thing here. Developed and maintained backend services for the safety net using Java Spring Boot. Hot dog. That's not what I'm looking for. It's adjacent to what I'm looking for. It's in the similar family that I'm looking for, but it's not what I'm looking for. Designed and optimized database schemas and backend event pipeline to support. Again, not what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. Filled to the brim with hot dogs. Now we go down to here, and this is probably the entire reason you've gotten interviews in the first place, is built an LLM. Okay, driven document extraction pipeline using LangChain and OpenAI, okay, to convert unstructured production invoice into receipts into JSON and populate to reduce manual data entry time. Now, to reduce manual data entry time is a good non-technical reason. Don't ruin it by putting these percentages. There should be no numbers in your resume besides dates of employment and your phone number. But this is actually a good way of describing this, right? You built an LLM with LangChain and OpenAI. How did you do it with those? Why did you do it? To reduce manual data entry. Now, I wish you had more, because I can't move you forward on that alone. You need 75%, but that is a okay sentence, right? It's a little bit hot doggy in the middle with the structured JSON and the unstructured production, but the end and the beginning are good. Then developed a RAG system using LangChain. You already mentioned LangChain earlier in the same job. Same with OpenAI. This doesn't matter. This is a hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog, hot dog. So if you notice, your resume is filled with hot dogs, and this is why you're not getting anything. And it's not just me. Remember, this is a person that has been applying for, well, I'm going to guess probably 2024. No, they've had an internship in February, so probably. Oh, that's a pretty big gap. Not that that matters in this case, but that can matter. For where they are. But anyway, I don't know how long they've been applying to, but over 500 applications and 2 interviews. This is why everybody in the market is saying this is a bad resume, and that is why it's a bad resume. Has too many hot dogs. The sentences are not qualification based. They are keyword based, which is why you're getting rejected. And your formatting is atrocious. This is awful formatting, because it is so crunched up. I have to kind of squint to look in and see what I need, and you don't want that to happen, because remember, recruiters review close to 100 resumes in about an hour or 2 hours. See, how many can we do in an hour on average? Let's see, so about 2 a minute. On average, it's about 2 a minute. So in an hour, it would be, close to over 100. So we can review about a resume every 30 seconds. And this is so hard to read in that time, they're going to gloss over it. So I'm going to need you to, keep this first sentence right here, right? This is actually good. But everything else, I'm going to need you to delete and start again, because I don't see anything that's salvageable. Maybe there's more stuff later on, but no one's going to spend that time to do it. So that's all I can do for this resume. Before we go to the next one, I just want to let everybody know, thank you for watching. And to my members who get access to videos a little bit early, thank you very much for your support. If anybody wants to get access to videos early and support this channel, you can join in the link below. I very much appreciate it. So thank you very much again for it. I'm a small channel, and I could not do it without you. And then also, if you ever need help in your resume reviewed, feel free to join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter and right here on YouTube, because that is where I review them. And let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a software engineer intern. This person is in India, and they are applying to roles in India, but my advice does work in India. My advice works in the US, the UK, the EU, Canada, Mexico, Africa, India, and I believe Singapore. There are some differences, like my advice is not a one-to-one translation, but it is usually good enough to get you a job in other places. So, and I have definitely gotten people jobs in India before. So, what do we need for an intern? Well, interns only really need 4 things. They need the degree, right? You need to show that you're still in college. Otherwise, you're not going to get moved forward. They need a basic knowledge of whatever it is you're interning for. So in this case, it'll be tech stack with language, SQL, cloud, AI, object-oriented programming. Then I want to see the ability to work well with others and take direction and criticism. Almost every single intern fails to put how they work well with others and how they take direction and criticism. And that is one of the most important things that gets an intern a job. I have seen interns with a little bit of tech, but a lot of work together with others and direction and criticisms get jobs over people with much more impressive projects. So, and the reason for that is like, this will be your first corporate job. They don't want you to be like, hey, Bob, I'm just letting you know your code is bad and you need to fix it. And you will punch the monitor and walk away, because there are some people that do that. There are some people that are so rage-inducing that if you are told something that you believe is incorrect, they will freak out. And nobody in the corporate world wants to work with that person. So showing that you can work well with others and take direction and criticism shows that you are not going to be a problem for them later on. So 20 seconds on the clock. Again, we don't know their ratio. They haven't applied to enough jobs. I think it's only 1 in 20, but 20 applications and no interviews, but 20 applications is not enough. So 20 seconds on the clock and go. Formatting's awful. Architected and developed a secure role-based hot dog. Okay. Hot dog using Java, Spring Boot, Spring Security, hot dog, React, good, SQL, HTML, CSS, good. Implementing authorization and logging user like flow. This doesn't explain why you did it. Collaborate cross-functionally. Okay, that's actually good. To design database schemas, develop, and time. This is way too technical. Yeah, this is way too technical. That's my main problem with it. I actually like collaborating cross-functionally. This does show that you can work well with others, but I don't see that you can take direction and criticism. So what I would like you to do is fix your formatting, because I was only able to get down to here. Like, this is the importance of formatting, is how far down you can go. And with mine, you can usually go down to like here. With this formatting, I only got to here. So fix your formatting. It should look like this. Okay, this is what you want. It's the entire purpose of formatting. And then I need you to shrink this first sentence, because there's a lot of hot dogs here. Why do I care that you used all of this, right? You could, this is way too technical. Why don't you just say architected and why do you say developed? Just say developed or architected, either one. So let's just say architected a user management system. Why do I care about this other stuff, right? This at least tells me what you did. Using Java, good. Spring Boot, good. React, good. PostgreSQL, HTML, and CSS, good. But then the rest of this is incomprehensible. Why do I care about authorizations and stuff? I don't. So this is really all that you have for the first sentence, and it's incomplete because I need more. Then down here, collaborated cross-functionally. I hate the word collaborated. Collaborated is such a nonsense word. I want to see how you worked. I want you to say worked, because collaborated could be you were in the same room when the decision was happening, but you were not a part of it, or it could be you worked on the problem every day. So just say worked, right? Worked cross-functionally throughout the waterfall SDLC. Okay, that's fine. To design normalized database, again, I don't really care about this. Develop, I don't care about the numbers. Stop putting numbers in your resume like that. RESTful APIs, optimize SQL queries. Why do I care about optimize? Just say SQL queries or SQL. Integrated front end and back end. Don't care. Hot dog. Git, CI/CD, and cloud deployment. You already mentioned, you don't mention cloud, so this doesn't count. And then this also doesn't tell me the non-technical why. So again, you have the keywords, you do not have the qualifications. And then I really need a better way of you saying worked with other people and you took direction and criticism. So this is why you are, well, going to be struggling some, is there's just not enough. I need more, right? You have an okay amount of tech, but I don't see the direction and criticism. The tech you wrote, while you hit the keywords, you did not hit the qualifications. So fix these sentences, fix the formatting, because I could barely read this. Fix the formatting, fix your sentences, and add something with direction and criticism, and then pump up the ability to work well with others, because that needs to be a little bit more. And then you should start getting more internships. Next resume. This is a resume of a financial analyst. See, I do more than tech. What we need for a financial analyst is degree, industry, Excel, Office, Word, Outlook, PowerPoint, SQL, Python, financial modeling, statistical and analytics, and data mining with Excel if possible, explaining technical details to non-technical people, and multitask and meet deadlines, influence and or manage stakeholders. So let's see how good or bad this resume is. So 20 seconds on the clock. And go. Okay, degree, good. Ran financial planning, management, KPI reporting across 68 budgets. Okay, using SQL in advanced. This should be another sentence. Turned Rossman and mentioned the leadership of each person a product. Perfect. Build financial tracking backdoors of spending, variance but sure program performance. Okay, automated by hand cutting report time by 50% and time. So there's a couple of flaws with this, but this is overall not bad. So let me show what I did find, right? Like I found Excel, good. I found SQL, good. I found like planning and analysis, and I saw that you did turn plain language monthly reports that showed leadership. Although this should be another bullet point. This is a separate bullet point. So these should be two. And then build tracking models in that. I need to see that you met deadlines. And this has a little bit of hot dogs, but this is overall a pretty good resume, which really stinks for this person because they're getting a 1 in 100. So I get people a 1 in 7, but there is an asterisk about that. So that is 1 interview per 7 applications. And that is if you're on a visa. And if you're on a visa, then I can get you close to 1 in 70 to 1 in 100. And unfortunately, 1 in 100 for being on a visa is good. So this is a successful resume where I'm being very nitpicky. It's just the problem is they need a visa, so they're getting a 1 in 100. So what I would do is I would make these the same sentence, right? Combine them and to make them actually the same sentence. I like this. I would prefer you say ensure programs met deadlines. Just be very blank, like very quick about it. And then I'd like this bullet point down here to have something with financial modeling, statistical analysis, and influencing stakeholders. So I need a little bit more there, but overall I like most of it. So I just need you to do a little bit more. So combine this bullet point into one. Keep this bullet point, but make sure we add deadlines instead. And then for the last one, add financial modeling, statistical analysis, and influencing stakeholders. But overall, this is good. And if this was a non-visa candidate, they would probably be getting a lot more interviews, but that's unfortunately the case. So that's all I could do for this one. Next resume. This is a resume of a full stack software engineer. So, did we do a full stack of this one? This video? Let me see. We have not. So, for a full stack software engineer, what do we need? We need degree, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, SQL, HTML, CSS, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. But it means nope. Doesn't matter. If you do not have TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, you will not move forward. TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. You need it. I don't care if one implies the other. I don't care if everybody has it. Almost every single job is going to be asking for a combination of those four, and you better have it in the first bullet point or else you're going to be in for a bad time. Then I need TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, RESTful APIs or REST APIs, SQL, any cloud, any AWS, GCP, or Azure. Backend with a slight preference for Python, but C#.NET and Java is fine. React, React.js, Angular, Node.js, Vue.js, DevOps, CI/CD, Agile, and Git. And extra credit is large-scale AI tools and cross-functional. So let's see if we can find that. We don't know because this person has not applied to many jobs as they just graduated a few weeks ago. So we don't know how good or bad this resume is. 20 seconds on the clock and go. Doesn't count. This formatting is awful. This doesn't count. Okay. Oh, this formatting is so bad. Developed a Python ETL back hot dog to ingest and standardize. Why do I care about this? This doesn't matter. And Django for outreach. Time. Yeah, this resume has nothing in it. Also, the formatting is atrocious. So you definitely want to use this formatting so that I can actually read further in. But these bullet points are nothing. I don't see anything I need besides Python and SQL. Like Django, I could consider in extra credit, but why is it that I have to scroll all the way down to? Jeez, no, I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't really get this resume. This is not what you want to do for your resume, especially if you're going to need a visa, because that's going to be very difficult. So I need you to use my format. I need you to I need you to delete this resume and start again. I need this resume to be tailored to a full stack software engineer. So sorry, this was not software engineer. This was full caps lock, full stack software engineer. But this is not tailored to that. This is closer to a Python backend role. I don't see anything involving TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. I don't see any RESTful or REST APIs. I do see SQL. I don't see cloud. I do see the backend. I don't see React or React.js or Angular or Node or Vue or DevOps or CI/CD or Agile or Git. This resume is almost entirely blank. You have it all the way up in the top, but again, that doesn't count. It doesn't matter. Yeah, this resume is almost blank. Why is it that I have to go all the way down to here, and the only things I can really find are like Python and SQL, and that's it. Until I go all the way down to here, which nobody's going to get to because this formatting is atrocious, where I start actually finding stuff that I need. I need you to delete this resume and I need you to start again. I don't think I can. Anything here is usable. Yeah, none of this is usable. There's no qualifications. It's a blank resume. That's all I can do. Next resume. This is a resume of an AI engineer intern. This person has stated nothing. We don't know much about them. So we don't know how many applications they've sent. We don't know their ratio. We don't know their story. So what do we need for an AI engineer intern? Well, we need degree. We need basic software engineering. So like Python, TypeScript, JavaScript, React, SQL, Git, Cloud, APIs. A basic amount of AI, ML, RAG, Gen AI, Agentic, AI, ML, AI tools, ChatGPT, Claude, LangGraph, LangChain. And again, you don't need all of those. You just need a couple of those. All right. So I don't want you to think you need to cram all of those into your resume. You don't. You just need a couple. And then I need to see that you can explain technical concepts to non-technical people. That is critical. And take direction and criticism to work well with others. So the formatting got a little bit messed up because this was a JPEG. So I can't fix this, but I imagine their real one looks a little bit different. So 20 seconds on the clock. Let's see what I can find. And again, we don't know their actual ratio. So 20 seconds and go. Doesn't matter. Open source they like. Django, don't really care. That's a hot dog. It's a little bit of that. Microservices, hot dog. What? Integrated hot dog for hot dog, and time. I'm gonna go a little bit more because the formatting got messed up, and I don't think that's this person's fault. So I'll read one more, but no, I don't see it. Yeah, this resume needs to be deleted. You have some very good stuff here, right? Like the fact that you've done open source contribution, they love that. But the problem is you did not write it correctly. And this resume proves to me that you cannot explain technical concepts to non-technical people. Because that is a critical part of an AI intern is you are going to be dealing with Bob. Bob from accounting does not understand how to turn on their computer. And you have to tell him how your AI can help him with this accounting stuff. And you have failed to do that in this resume because this is written for an expert. No, not a single job description I have ever seen in my life has ever said you must have been able to convert hand-drawn sketches to 124px photorealistic art in under 16 cut VRM, 40 to 50% via CPU offload, 16-bit VAE, and sling tilling for Tesla T4. You need to delete this. You are smart. You are a genius. You might be the next. Actually, I don't know who the next person in AI is. I don't know who the next. I guess it doesn't really. See, it used to make sense because I say, like, you could be the next, like, Steve Jobs or the Bill Gates and stuff because that made more sense, even though they're more business than coding. But, like, I don't know who I would say. Like, because you can't be the next Anthropic because Anthropic is the company. But, yeah, anyway, sidetrack. Nothing here works. You are a smart person, but the problem is you cannot show me your accomplishments. I don't want to see your accomplishments. I don't care that you built a churn classification pipeline. None of that matters to me. You know what I care about? That you used Python, TypeScript, SQL, and LangChain. That you can talk to somebody in accounting and explain why you need to use LangChain over LangGraph. LangGraph is multi-agents, LangChain is singular typically. And you need to explain to them what an agent is. Why do they need multiple of them? I don't know, you didn't tell me. So I need you to go back to the drawing board and I need you to put your ego aside and delete this because you are clearly intelligent. You are clearly skilled at your job. The problem is that's not what gets you hired. So I need you to delete this and start again, and I need you to make it with this and make it for a non-technical audience. And remember, I need to see direction and criticism to work well with others. Because nobody cares if you're a super genius if they tell you do something wrong and you punch the monitor and walk off. That can happen. That can happen. You know what happened when there was a team that did not check that you can work well together with others? Had somebody get escorted out of the premises by the cops. Worst person I ever had. I don't know why they did it, but I know they couldn't work together with others. And I learned my lesson a long time ago on that so that I would never repeat that. You need to show for internships how you can take direction and criticism. You need to show that you can talk to people that can't turn on their monitor. And I know people like to make fun of me on this in chat for my lack of tech knowledge, but like, you need to talk to people that have even less than me. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed in the world, unfortunately. So remake this resume, make it use my format, and make it non-technical. You need to keep the basics. The basics get people hired, not the extremes. People fill their resume with this crazy stuff, gets them rejected. Fill the resume with the basics like Python, TypeScript, Java, and ChatGPT and LangGraph. Boom. Interviews. Well, I wouldn't say LangGraph is basic. That's not basic, but the point remains. Anyway, that's all I can do for this resume. That's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And to my members, thank you very much for your support. I could not do it without you. My members get access to videos early. They also get, well, they get access to videos early. And if you want to be a member, you can join in the link below. But thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. And if anybody needs their resume reviewed, they can join my live stream on Twitch, which is in the link below, or on YouTube right here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST, as that is where I review resumes. But that is it for me. I will see you all in the next video. Later. Bye.